My people, how far now? Your girl Miriam don't come again with another impactful episode of Insta Radio Nigeria, your favorite instant online radio. You're probably wondering, what will we be discussing today? I'll tell you in a bit, but first, how are you? Did you have a good week? Are you staying safe? The fact that we're less afraid of COVID 19 doesn't mean that the threat and reality of the pandemic isn't. So please wear your face masks, sanitize, wash your hands, and maintain 2 to 3 meters from other people when you're in public. Take responsibility for your health and that of others. It is very important. On this week's episode of the show, we'll be discussing the travails of being a woman in Nigeria. No, don't roll your eyes. This is not a feminist topic. It is a human topic because women are humans. And growing up as a woman in the Nigerian community is hard. Most men believe that Nigerian women have it easy, and that is a very wrong notion. Being alive is tough on its own. Then being a Nigerian is even tougher. But being a woman in Nigeria is a whole other box of trouble, trust me. How, you ask? Hear for yourself.
Hi, my name is Ruth Amadine, and I'm talking to you from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. In Nigeria, a woman's life is a package that comes with some baggage and some goodies. And I've had my fair share of it in my very short time being around. I recall my very first job were just two females who were heads of departments. In management meetings, when decisions are being taken, our opinions were usually not really sorted for. It was more of like the male folks were running the show and we're just to simply accompany them. We're getting this warning vibe from the male folks. Be careful what you say, how you say it. Hey, we are the men here and you're a woman. As a woman in Nigeria, you can't be so outspoken. You have to be subtle in your response. You have to speak softly and all of that to avoid people seeing you as proud, arrogant, and all of those negative vibes that are attached to women that are strong. I've got to see male colleagues, male bosses throw this sexual vibe to me, and then when I'm not giving it back to them, they turn around and begin to torment your life, make things unbearable for you. Even lecturers have done that. Yes, I've had a lecturer in my first degree. That was actually in year 1. I was terribly young, but honestly, I took the man to God in prayers, and I don't know how God did it, but he definitely did it. The man got off my back. Being a woman in Nigeria is tough, but like the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Hi, Insta Radio NG. My name is Esther Abu and I reside in Lagos. The topic today is a very serious one, and I feel like it's something that we should really talk about because there's so many notions about how an African woman, how a Nigerian woman should be. And it's just really annoying and crazy because I'm like, I cannot continue living this way. Things are changing. The world is changing. And so these notions have to change. I cannot be comfortable living this way. Like even growing up, they'll tell you this is how a woman should be. This is how a woman should behave in her husband's house. This is where she should respond. Even if she's suffering, she should behave like this. And I'm like, oh no, this cannot work. Is it the notion of Nigerian parents expecting you not to date as a lady but expecting you to be married by 25? How, for God's sake, would you be married before 25 if you don't date before then? Like the way they would tell you don't have a boyfriend, but by 25 they're asking you where's your husband, why our boy is not coming, what is wrong, what is going on, should we pray for you, should we do this? I'm like, oh my god. Then is it the notion of Nigerian ladies, they'll tell you that it's a taboo for a Nigerian lady to live alone if she's not married. I'm like, how will you tell me it's a taboo for me to live? If I can afford it, if I can pay my rent, if I have a genuine reason to live alone, why won't I live alone? Like, how will you tell me I cannot live alone, that I'm not a guy, I cannot live alone because I'm not married? Why must it be that my husband has to come and marry me from my father's house? I'm not saying, yeah, when it's time for marriage, we will do that, but if I want to live alone, I can live alone for God's sake. Or you tell me that a woman cannot earn more than a man. What? Like, are you joking? Like, are you serious? Or you tell me the kitchen is for the woman. So many things like that. I'm like, hey God, women have really suffered though. We need to change this, really. We need to change this.
Hello, my name is Chinaza Chimalu and I'm speaking from Abuja. Firstly, Miriam, I would say these are not the best of times to be a woman in Nigeria. At least we can see it from the trending hashtags revolving around sexual violences against women, down to male chauvinism we see in schools, environments, office environments, and churches, almost everywhere. So I was working in this organization and I had just taken on more workload. So I went to the HR manager to discuss getting a pay upgrade. I had explained my current workload, the extra workload I had taken on, and reasons why I needed a pay upgrade. So when I was done speaking, this HR manager starts laughing and he goes on to say, "You don't need a raise, you're a pretty girl, men will take care of you." And I'm so hurt by such insensitive remark, but I try to play it off as a joke. Like, okay, so I say, "You're kidding, right?" And this dude goes on to say, "Of course not. You're a single girl, you're pretty. I'm sure you have so many men lined up taking care of your bills. So why exactly do you need a raise?" Anyway, I left the office, went to mine, sent an email to the HR regional team, and then copied all my bosses, even those in the region, and explained everything. Thankfully, I got my pay raise. But then I feel it is appalling and disrespectful how women's contributions, hard work, and then their need to earn great pays are dismissed because someone feels women are men's belongings to be taken care of by men themselves.
Hello everybody, I am Chidima Ajaguna and I'm talking to you from Lagos State. As a woman, you're faced with a whole lot of issues just because you're fortunate to be of the female gender. It's either you're looked at as a weaker vessel or you're not supposed to speak up because you're under the obligation to submit not just to your husband, but to every male gender, irrespective of age. I happened to experience something on my way back home. I was on a call and some group of guys stopped me and asked me why I didn't read them. And I'm like, but I was engrossed. I continued my discussion on the phone and passed. The next thing I heard was, "If they burn you well, cross this area again." Why? Why should you tell me that? Because I did not greet you. I don't know why some men have this entitlement mentality. Let me bring it to work. I happen to run and manage a laundry firm. And when you go out to tell people that this is what you do, you see this biased look on them and they're asking you, why should you be doing it? The question is, why shouldn't I do it? And they'll tell you, it's a man's job. Why? Like, it's crazy. It's annoying. I just hope a day will come in Nigeria where being a woman will not be so much of trouble.
I'm Mrs. Kingsley Vienze from Iba Housing Estate, Ojo, Lagos. Being a Nigerian is tough, and even tougher for the Nigerian woman. Well, it is usually said that women are weaker sex compared to her male counterparts, but I quite disagree with this school of thought though. Gone are the days when women were regarded as merely housewives. Today, I thank God for Nigeria's formal education system, from which a large number of women have emerged. Nigerian women are intelligent, they are educated, and they are confident, and they can be found in all leading occupations across the globe. I can remember when I just got married, I was working in an office where I had to leave very early and come back late on daily basis. And besides that, I was also doing what I call mobile business, And this is the surviving spirit of the Nigerian woman. As a Nigerian woman, we are not completely dependent on our male counterparts. And that is why I said it is tough. It is quite challenging being a woman living in Nigeria because you have to somehow find a way to survive on your own. We're not weak, we're not lazy, we are strong.
Hi, my name is Bronson Blessing and I stay in Lagos. Being a woman in Nigeria comes to a whole lot of difficulties, right from when we're tender up until when we're grown. Trust me, it's crazy out there. I would want to share an experience that I had when I was little. So there's this compound that I lived in. I had this neighbor, in fact 2 neighbors actually, that were harassing me as a den. Thankfully, none of them raped me because I don't know how I would have been right now if they actually did. So what they did was try to touch me and all, which I yelled back, but they never tried to rape me. So many other girl child out there might not be as lucky as I am. This experience I'm talking about, I had when I was 12, 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very crazy world out there.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Blessing, and I am glad you were able to escape the clutches of those predators. Thank you so much, everyone who has contributed. As you have heard for yourself, these are the travails that we have to face every day. Growing up as a woman in Nigeria, this is our reality. This is what we have to go through. We live in a society that subdues women and encourages us to shrink ourselves so that our male counterparts can feel better about who they are. And this is not right. From growing up as an adolescent, as a teenager, where you're very self-conscious of yourself and you're growing breasts and your hips are coming out and your bum is, getting rounder, and men start staring at you without respecting the fact that you're a child who is still developing. And then the older women who come and tap your breast and say, "You're growing breast though." It is wrong. It makes us feel uncomfortable. At this age, as teenagers, most men want to take advantage of you. I remember growing up, my mom asked me to go buy her egusi, melon seeds, from a foodstuff vendor in my area at the time. I got there and I was talking to this woman, telling her, "This is what my mom asked me to get from you." And the next thing was she tapped my boobs and said, Miriam, your breasts don't they grow? Your oranges, see them, round oranges." I was in shock for a second when another woman who sells fish close to her was actually coming towards me to raise my breast again. I had to quickly protect myself. And people around, they started discussing my breast. And you can imagine, you're already sexualizing a 13-year-old. You're already making her feel uncomfortable about herself. To them, they were playing, but I was upset. I'll never forget that day because I felt really embarrassed. And then I grew older. At one particular point in time, I think I was around 15, 16 at this time, to get something else on my way home. I saw my friends on the road and we were discussing. I was back in the street and the next thing I knew was somebody tapped my buttocks. I turned around and I saw a guy on a bike winking at me and smiling. He had tapped my buttocks and just, zoomed off. And I felt so bad. People were laughing and everything. To them it was funny, but to me it wasn't. It really hurt me because what gives you the right to tap my buttocks? Who are you? And then you go to the market to buy something. These people who sell clothes or shoes or whatever, and to come and buy, and they're grabbing your hand, they're touching your breast, they're touching your buttocks. And it's annoying. I'm a human being. Do you see me? Do you see me as a human being? What gives you the right to harass me and then you say what she was wearing is skimpy or she was wearing a tight leggings, so she asked for it? I beg your pardon? There are communities where women walk around naked with their boobs exposed. Do their men go around raping them? So most men, the normal thing now. Why you they complain? Why they rake like this? Like say we don't like it. That is why we are complaining about it. But it seems like we've been talking for too long and nothing seems to change. But something has to give, and it starts with you. It starts with giving a woman her due because she deserves it. We need to put up stringent rules that can help women report this kind of cases, and these cases are taken seriously. And then there's the body shaming. You see a lady and then she has her breast sag. Uncle, I don't understand. Are you her creator? Did you give her the breasts? How is your opinion about her breasts any important or add any value to her? I see the way Agberos treats the male transporters and I wonder, how do the female transporters cope? And when I say growing up as a Nigerian woman is tough, people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. In all, I just need everyone to know that we need to do better by women. Stop looking down on women. Stop making women feel like they need to shrink themselves for men to be better. Women can earn more than men. Men can earn more than women. We're all human beings at the end of the day. No gender should be superior to another. Let us all have equal opportunities. Let us all have equal rights. Promote people based on their abilities, what they bring to the table. Let us all put hands together and make Nigeria a safer, better place for all. We're all humans at the end of the day. And I just want to say big thumbs up to every woman killing it out there. Well done. You're amazing. You're strong. Keep pushing. Keep doing you. Your hard work will pay. You'll be recognized. Do not give up. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for today's episode of the show. I really appreciate you for being here, for listening. What do you think of this topic? Or what other travails have you experienced as a woman in Nigeria? Let us know in the comments section. If you love Insta Radio NG, please support Insta Radio NG. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. show us some love by sharing. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Have a blessed, wonderful week ahead. Ciao, ciao.